Donald Trump has triggered a new diplomatic dispute with Denmark after naming a special envoy to Greenland, the expansive Arctic territory he has repeatedly said he wants the United States to acquire. Responding to a reporter's question about the appointment of Jeff Landry, the Republican governor of Louisiana, Trump argued that Greenland is essential for the U.S. national security, adding that we need to have it. Trump said Landry would take the lead in his role as special envoy to Greenland, which is a self-governing territory within the Kingdom of Denmark.
Thank you, sir. You've named Governor Landry to be a new special envoy to Greenland. What do you see that role entailing, and is it still your intention that Greenland become part of the U.S.?
He viewed Louisiana, the Louisiana Purchase. He said, I'm governor of Louisiana. And he said, I didn't call him, he called me. He's very proactive. He's a great guy. He's a deal guy. He's a deal maker type guy. And we need it for national protection. We need Greenland for national protection. They have a very small population. And I don't know if they say Denmark, but Denmark has spent no money and they have no military protection. If they say that Denmark was there 300 years ago or something with a boat, well, we were there with boats too, I'm sure. So we'll have to work it all out. But he felt very strongly we need it for we need Greenland for national security. Not for minerals. We have so many sites for minerals and oil and everything. We have more oil than any other country in the world. We need Greenland for national security. And if you take a look at Greenland, you look up and down the coast, you have Russian and Chinese ships all over the place. We need it for national security. We have to have it. And he wanted to lead the charge, so we're making him, Marco, today, a special envoy to Greenland. Greenland's a big deal.
The decision has drawn sharp reactions in Copenhagen, where officials said they would summon the U.S. ambassador to demand clarification. Greenland's prime minister also pushed back, stressing that the island has the right to determine its own future and that its territorial sovereignty must be respected. Governor Landry said in a post on X that he was honored to take on a volunteer role aimed at bringing Greenland into the United States. In a follow-up video post, Jeff Landry further expressed his excitement and elation about his envoy role to Greenland.
Hey Louisiana, I'm here with Winston. We're having a great Christmas dinner here. And I wanted everyone in Louisiana to know that I'm not going anywhere. I mean, the media is crazy. The president called me and asked me if I would help our great Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, out, and he is doing a phenomenal job. And the president said, you know what? You went to Korea one time and came back with a steel mill. Could you go to Greenland and talk to them about the opportunity of being a part of the United States? Why? Because no one besides the governor of Louisiana and maybe the governor of Alaska has the ability to go there and talk to those people about an opportunity. Because as a Cajun, my family and the families in Louisiana have lived in this state for over 300 years. And we have lived under more flags than anyone living in the continental United States. But guess what? The flag that we ended up with is the greatest flag, right, Winston? And that's the United States of America. Because that's the flag that stands for liberty, opportunity, and security. And it's done well for us. And all we're gonna do is go have us a great conversation with those folks in Greenland. They're in the Western Hemisphere, fits inside the Monroe Doctrine, and we're gonna bring them some great Cajun food.
The prime ministers of Denmark and Greenland have called for respect for their borders, following Donald Trump's appointment of his special envoy.
We have said it very clearly before. Now we say it again. National borders and the sovereignty of states are rooted in international law. You cannot annex other countries. Greenland belongs to the Greenlanders, and the US should not take over Greenland. We expect respect for our common territorial integrity.
Mette Frederiksen and Jens Frederik Nielsen said in a joint statement. But why did Trump specifically appoint Jeff Landry as Greenland envoy? Let's dive deep.
U.S. President Donald Trump announced that he is appointing Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry as the U.S. Special Envoy to Greenland. Trump said Landry would advance American interests tied to national security, allies' safety, and global stability. Greenland is a vast, mineral-rich Arctic territory that governs itself but remains under Danish sovereignty. Trump has repeatedly argued that the United States needs Greenland for strategic and security reasons. In his announcement, Trump said Greenland is essential to America's national defense posture. Landry thanked Trump on X and described the role as a volunteer position. He stressed that the appointment would not affect his duties as governor of Louisiana. Landry has previously praised Trump's idea of Greenland joining the United States. Greenland and Denmark have consistently rejected any suggestion of a U.S. takeover. Danish officials maintain that Greenland is not for sale and that its people decide its future. Trump revived his Greenland rhetoric during his presidential transition in early months back in office. He has not ruled out using military force to gain control of the strategically located island. Earlier this year, Vice President J.D. Vance visited a U.S. military base in Greenland. Vance accused Denmark of underinvesting in the island's defense infrastructure. In August, Denmark summoned the U.S. ambassador after reports of covert U.S. influence efforts. European leaders and Russia have opposed Washington's push to annex Greenland.
Since returning to the White House in January, Trump has renewed his long-held focus on Greenland, highlighting its strategic importance and rich mineral resources. However, Danish Prime Minister Mette Frederiksen also maintained her stance that Greenland is not for sale. Watch the previous back and forth between the two leaders.
We need Greenland for national security purposes. I've been told that for a long time, long before I even ran. I mean, people have been talking about it for a long time. You have approximately 45,000 people there. People really don't even know if Denmark has any legal right to it. But if they do, they should give it up because we need it for national security. That's for the free world. I'm talking about protecting the free world. You look at, you don't even need binoculars. You look outside, you have China ships all over the place. You have Russian ships all over the place. We're not letting that happen. We're not letting it happen. And if Denmark wants to get to a conclusion, but nobody knows if they even have any right, title, or interest. The people are going to probably vote for independence or to come into the United States. But if they did do that, then I would tariff Denmark at a very high level. You're talking about Panama and Greenland. No, I can't assure you on either of those two. But I can say this, we need them for economic security. The Panama Canal was built for our military. I'm not going to commit to that now. It might be that you'll have to do something.
Jeg vil selvfølgelig gerne knytte nogle ord til den diskussion, der pågår lige nu omkring Grønland, og gøre det meget klart, at set med den danske regeringsbriller, så er Grønland grønlændernes. Det er et meget, meget stolt folkefærd. Det er et sprog, det er en kultur, det er en befolkning, som er sin egen, og som formand for Naalakkersuisut, museet i øvrigt har sagt, så er Grønland ikke til salg. USA er vores absolut tætteste allierede. Vi vil altid gerne arbejde tættere sammen med amerikanerne. Det gælder i alle forsvars- og sikkerhedspolitiske spørgsmål. Det gælder også Nordatlanten, hvor spændingerne tager til. Og vi har set med vestlige briller en meget klar interesse i, at det er USA, der, når det kommer til hele det område, at det er USA, der spiller en stor rolle, og ikke for eksempel Rusland eller andre lande. Men Grønland, det er grønlændernes. Ja, der er mange ord i luften lige nu. Jeg synes først og fremmest, at vi skal bevare roen. Og så skal vi selvfølgelig stå fast på de principper, som vi arbejder på og som vi arbejder under. Vi har behov for et meget, meget tæt samarbejde med amerikanerne. Det har vi som Danmark, det har vi i NATO-sammenhæng. Det har vi også som rigsfællesskab, fordi vi er i en meget, meget urolig verden. Og vi er en del af den samme alliance. Så det er på den ene side vigtigt. Og på den anden side, så vil jeg opfordre alle til at respektere, at grønlænderne er et folkefærd, det er en befolkning. Det er deres land, vi taler om her, og det er kun Grønland, der i mine øjne kan bestemme og definere Grønlands fremtid.